Okay, so in this video we're talking about the anatomy of a polynomial, or essentially the parts of a polynomial. So a polynomial can be broken into three separate parts: the coefficient, the variable, and the degree. So for example, if you have 3x squared, the coefficient is 3, the variable is obviously x, and the degree or power is 2. Okay? For negative 4a to the fifth, the coefficient is negative 4, the variable is a, and the degree or power is 5. And then our next example, b to the third, it looks like there's no coefficient at all. However, anytime you have a variable by itself, the coefficient is always 1. For instance, we have 1b cubed here. So our variable is b, and then our degree, our power is 3. And then our last example, it looks a little different. It looks like we just have a coefficient of negative 1/2 and no variable at all. However, our variable, which could be anything, I'm just going to use x. This x is actually to the 0 power. Because we know any variable, or actually anything at all to the 0 power, is just 1. So really, x to the 0 power is 1. Negative 1/2 times 1 is just negative 1/2. So for this example, my variable was x, my degree or power was 0. So we also have a polynomial. Our definition of polynomial is a monomial, which mono means 1. So a polynomial is a monomial, or a sum of 2 or more monomials. So for example, we can calculate the sum and product of these two polynomials by just simply combining like terms and then multiplying and using our laws of exponents. Let's do the sum first. I'm going to do the sum in green. Okay, so I have my two separate polynomials and I want to add those together. I'm just going to combine like terms. So for instance, x squares will go with x squares, regular x's will go with regular x's, and constants will go with constants. X squared is the only squared power I have, so that's going to stay the same. Negative 6x plus 3x is negative 3x. And then 5 plus 7, our constants, become 13. Actually become 12. Sorry, sometimes you make a simple mistake, just go back and fix it. All right, and then our product, we have x squared minus 6x plus 5 times 3x plus 7. Okay, you can either use FOIL or the box. I prefer the box. The box is just a visual way to do this. So I have a 3-piece by a 2-piece. That means I'm going to need 3 times 2, which is 6 squares inside my box. And it doesn't really matter how you orient your box. Okay, so I have x squared minus 6x plus 5, 3x plus 7. Okay, and now I'm just going to go through and multiply. Remember, when you multiply by the same base, you add the powers. So I have 3x cubed minus 18x squared, 15x, 7x squared, negative 42x, and then 35. Now what we want to do is very similar to what we did with adding. We just combine like terms. So x cubes go with x cubes. X squares go with x squared. So 7x squared plus negative 18x squared is negative 11x squared. And then negative 42x and 15x. Okay, so let's actually use our calculator there since the numbers are getting a little bit larger. So I have negative 42 plus 15, which is negative 27x. And then finally, we only have a constant of 35. So this is the product of those two polynomials together. Okay, that's it for this video.